Welcome to the Prodigy of the Universe. I was gonna make uh, a series out of the Ugly Truths segments that I've been doing. Y'all know already I do random things, okay? Everything is random over here. Nothing is scripted, nothing is edited. This is me and my authentic self. I am the same on and off camera, so let that be stated for the record, okay? And I first want to say for YouTube purposes and um, everything, all my readings and videos are for your entertainment purposes only, okay? Watch at your own risk. Don't base your life off one tarot reading or one video, okay? Use your own discernment and intuition and do your own fucking research, okay? But a lot of things I talk about, especially in these segments, the ugly truth is channel downloads or whatever, okay? So let that be stated, okay? Speaking of that, I do have some downloads. And before I get into talking about what I wanted to get on here and talk about, stay with me now. I'm gonna talk about these downloads that I just got because I'm clairaudient, okay? I heard somebody say mom. Now, this could be somebody's mom reaching out from the other side, okay? Because I am connected, okay? I might do a mediumship reading. Let me write that down because really I have to write stuff down because I be doing shit, okay, in and off camera, and I be forgetting. So I might bring a mediumship reading. I just feel like somebody, mom, is trying to reach out to them, or I don't know. I just heard the word mom, and I was in the house when I heard this. I literally just came back outside to do this, okay? But it be like that sometimes. I mean, when you clear an audience, you hear things like, um, this is the ugly truth, okay? So that's why I'm talking about this. Like, I actually heard my nephew speak to me through a radio. One day I was sitting in my driveway in my car and I was about to drink. I'm not gonna lie. I had a whole bottle of Hennessy and it wasn't opened, okay? And I know what I heard and I know his voice, but he had died prior to this, me hearing him, right? And I was wide awoke, okay? And I was not drinking. I had not even started, okay? So what I did was I was so shocked. Then I heard him in the car through the radio. And everything is energy, everything is frequency. So this explains, or probably the reason why I heard him through the radio, okay? When you gifted in certain ways, things come to you in certain ways. That's the only way I can explain it, okay? But this is the way it comes to me. Um, Nobody else was in the room in the house either when I just heard that word mom. But when I heard my nephew, um, I was so emotional and shaken by it that I called his mom, which is my sister, to tell her about it, right? And mind you, she was somewhere else inside her car. And before I can get the words out to tell her what I just experienced, she was telling me, "Wait, I gotta tell you something. I just heard him. I just heard him." And through the radio, and I'm like, oh my freaking god, like I just heard the same thing. So we was basically hearing the same thing at different places at the same time, like, and it was him, you know what I mean, reaching out to both of us in different places inside of our cars at the same time, okay? And so when she told me that, I felt relieved, like, and I told her what happened with me and what I heard, and we shared our stories. And then I was just so blue black by it. I had called my mom, who was inside of my house. And mind y'all, I said I'm sitting in the driveway, right? But my mom being my mom, she don't really like me to drink. So when I called her inside the house to tell her about this, she was like, "Girl, you need to quit drinking." And I'm just like, literally, you could come outside and check. I hadn't even opened the bottle yet. But she didn't believe me at the time, okay? She just thought I was crazy because at this time, I wasn't even telling people about my gifts. I was still suppressing them and running from them, you know? So she just automatically thought I was crazy, okay? I wasn't even doing tarot card readings at this time. But yeah, that's how it happens, okay? Now, we talking about the same people. Now, if you talk about my sister and my mother, they believe me now because of personal life experience and things that we have been through since my nephew died or whatever. Now they believe me. But it's hard trying to make people believe you when you tell them about your gifts. Like, people, it's just easier for them to say you crazy, okay? And it's easier for the elite or people that know we got these gifts not to explain it or tell us about it or even teach us about it. It's easier for them to just act like you crazy and blow you off too. or you know what I mean, try to lock you up, put you in a mental hospital, or just try to bring charges upon you for it. You know what I mean? It's just weird. But I mean, because then if they agreed with you, they would have to like teach it and tell you all about it. They have to reveal the ugly truth of them suppressing it and hiding it in the first fucking place. Okay. So yeah, that's just one of the ugly truths, and it's coming to me, so I'm talking about it. But another thing I just heard, okay, clairaudiently, because I am very clairaudient. I also get messages through songs. For those of you who don't know, but I was hearing hard work gonna pay off. So if you one of them people that been out there working hard, you've been working hard. You probably not even being recognized or rewarded for it. Just know that my spirit guide said hard work is gonna pay off for you. Okay. And I was also hearing the mind is powerful, which it is, okay? And let me tell y'all how I know the mind is powerful. I knew the mind was powerful when I started this journey, okay? Like the food. The food starts a journey, okay? And a lot of us are fools. Starting off in life, we have to grow, evolve, and learn. We taught by our parents, by the school, by the systems. You understand me? This is the ugly truth. That's why we've been taught lies and stuff like that, right? So, with that being said, we learn things, okay? And a lot of things that we learn, some of them are truth, some of them are lies. Hey, that's where your own gifts and abilities and your own intuition and discernment kick in, like what you want to believe. Because everything is a choice, and the choice is yours, okay? But at the end of the day, they made it so they could put the truth right in front of your face and you still think it's a lie because they done made movies about it. They done made shit just seems so unreal. Like they openly doing this within our own government, saying things and doing things that is just crazy. But anyway, this is the cause confusion, okay? Because again, they want you to be confused. They do not want you to know the truth. They cause confusion, and I shared something that inspired this whole video, and for me to keep going with this series, in the community section. So y'all always go check out my community section because there's always knowledge there or some other reader that I support or I watch, and I watch nothing but the realists. I deal with nothing but the realists, okay? People I feel is true, and yeah, so don't ever think it's just junk, okay? Go always check that out, scroll down and check out a lot of stuff I shared over there in my community section. But the mind is powerful. And I don't want to forget what I'm here really what I was just saying cuz I'm trying to go blank. But anyway, yeah, they don't want us to know the truth. They want us to be out here like walking zombies and not knowing nothing. They don't want you to have knowledge because knowledge is power, okay? But the mind is powerful. And our minds are powerful, okay? Everything is learned, like I was stating, okay? We have to even teach our babies. When they grow up, we are taught just like them. We was once babies with no knowledge, okay? We forget. That's why when we come into this world, we forget and we have to relearn, okay? You also have to unlearn what you've been taught because a lot of us been taught lies, okay? And you have to relearn. So you do that however you choose to do it, okay? That's why we all have different paths, okay, and different beliefs, okay? But this is all truth, okay? And that's why they don't want you to know and they hide it from you because your mind is powerful. I knew my mind was powerful because I was the biggest skeptic at first, starting off a fool in this journey. Like, I'm talking about the spiritual journey. Like, I knew my mind was powerful when I discovered myself that I knew past, present, and future events that take place without even being there. I knew my mind was powerful, okay? I knew when I can pick up and talk to the dead, that's something powerful, okay? Because the truth is, we don't die, we transfer, we all energy. Just like the cells in our body, you know what I mean? Living entities. You heard of this thing called photosynthesis? That's coming to me right now. The cells divide, they breathe, they live in organisms, okay? So I ain't trying to really take y'all back to school, but you learn all this shit in school. I didn't even pay attention myself to learn all this shit in school, but it's common sense. So with that being said, Yeah. Before you even have a heartbeat inside your mother's womb, your body is growing. You're learning from the DNA, Dana. You know what I mean? And you are being formed by uh, great intelligence, by the way, which is God, Christ consciousness, uh, collective intelligence. Okay. It ain't artificial intelligence like AI. It's the real shit, the original shit. Okay, that's God. Okay, and they don't want you to know this. And so many people are brainwashed. I hate it. I hate it for us. You know what I mean? I do. I don't hate anything, but I really dislike it for us because this is where the confusion come in, and they want you to be confused so that you don't know the truth. Okay? Because so many people out here, I think I know the truth, and they really do. You know what I mean? But all this is a great design. Like I was stating in another video earlier today, God is a genius. Okay, He's the genius of all geniuses. So, it's a great design, and we ain't supposed to know the whole design. Okay, and that's just the truth. I'm gonna be the first one to tell y'all I don't know everything, but I do know some things, and I'm very intelligent. Okay, you know. So I also know how to play the fool, because you have to, or you're gonna turn up a target and die. You know what I mean? So, with that being said, we don't want no problems, okay? But people need to know, like, because I shared something in my community section about God, right? And it was basically what somebody else was saying in their opinion on God. And everybody entitled to their own opinions or whatever. And again, I'm not trying to make nobody believe what I believe in. I'm not trying to change nobody's beliefs. I'm not putting my will off onto anyone. The choice is yours. I promise you that. Okay? So let's be clear on that first and foremost. Because this ain't that. I just teach to y'all what I learned. That's my job here. That's my path. It's a part of my path. It's my calling. Okay? So here we go. And unfortunately for me, it's ugly truths. Okay, it is. It's the deep dark shit people don't want to talk about, expose, and all of that. Okay, so it's the taboo shit. First of all, God say the path to Him is less traveled. Right? It's narrow. Okay, and not wide. Okay, so that tell you right there that the path to God is something that many people don't do, a place where many people don't go, and few people go. Few, I can't say that word, but few. Y'all get what the fuck I'm saying, right? But this is the way to God. This is in the Bible. This ain't me saying this. This is what God says, right? Okay. With that being said, think about it. Today's society. What is that path? I'm gonna leave y'all to think about that. But the mind is powerful. And that's how I knew my mind was powerful. I'm not gonna talk y'all to death on here. I just really had those downloads I had to deliver. Okay. And I wanted to just let y'all know I'm gonna bring this back and I'm gonna make it a series. So from part one, it's gonna continue into infinity. Okay, it's a new segment podcast that I'm bringing to this channel called Ugly Truths. Okay, started and created by me, yours truly. Okay, yeah, we have a lot of copycats and people mimicking you or whatever, or me probably. I don't even look for it, and I don't care. I don't care because it don't matter. Just like artificial intelligence, y'all just copies. Y'all just clones. Y'all not me. You know what I mean? You're not the original. Okay. And I'm not even getting on here acting like I'm God because I'm not that. Okay. I'm a co-creator. I'm a messenger. Um, and I'm gifted. I feel like I'm chosen. I didn't ask for this. It chose me. And it pretty much played out throughout my life on its own, even when I was scared, hiding, and running from it, until I stopped and I embraced it and I looked at it from a different perspective. I mean, and that's the truth. 1441. Okay. It's giving parallel. It's giving mirrors. Okay. Yeah, it's giving copies. Okay, yeah. But I pay attention to signs and synchronicity just like that. Just like I just did. Automatically. Okay, so this is something that is imprinted in my soul, in my DNA. Okay, I can't help who I am. I can't help how it played out. I know people ain't gonna like you anyway for who you are. And that's no matter who you are. Whether you a celebrity, a regular, smuggler, or in the spiritual community. It don't matter. Everybody ain't gonna like you. Everybody ain't for you, and I'm okay with that. Okay, but if y'all like the video and subscribe to my channel because I'm bringing it. Okay, real, raw, uncut, unedited, and the truth, straight, no chaser. Okay, so we gonna keep these going, and that's what I'm deciding to do, and that's what this video is about too. That announcement. Okay, and we're gonna be talking about real shit that's really going on in this world. And saying all that, say this to sum it all up. So many people are misguided, misled, and lied to, brainwashed, and they think they living in the truth, and they really not. They think they being their authentic selves in their truth, and they really not. Okay, but that's on them. They gotta find themselves. Okay, I'm here. Find yourself, bitch. They gotta find themselves, just like I had to. I can't do the work for them, and I'm not. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna tell them about it, and they gotta do the work. Okay. To whom much is given, much is required. That means, hey, if it's meant for them, they gotta do the work. Okay. So, yeah, I don't like that for us. I dislike that for us, that we being misguided and misled like that. But we in the age of Aquarius, where truth gonna be revealed regardless, whether I do it or somebody else do it. It's happening. If you think about it, all around us today, with things that's going on in the waters. Okay, the waters telling the truth. Okay, things happening in the waters. Yeah. And then this how God work in mysterious ways. Y'all notice lately, a lot of people been drowning or having incidents or accidents, which ain't no such thing, in the water. And then the water been telling their story with things happening with the water. Okay, so this is how the truth being uncovered with the water. Okay, some people call them water spirits. Call it what you want to, but water is a living being as well. It flows on its own. People don't have to make it. Okay, it's within our body. A part of us is we come from a world created by God, right? Everything created by God is inside of us. Okay, that's what they don't tell you. And so water is inside of us. They tell you it's H2O, but I just recently found out today it's something else. And I'm going to share that in the community section. I'm going to go back because I shared it on my other platform, on Facebook. But I'm going to share it in the community section on here, this here YouTube. It's not even water that's inside of our body. It's something else. But it contains water, okay? And that's how we operate. That's how our body is a system within systems, okay? Period, point blank. It's just made by the original creator. And this is where Elon Musk come in playing God at, with the AI, artificial intelligence robots that he creating, with the fake ass intelligence that he's stealing from us. Okay, he's stealing it from the people, from humanity. Okay, through the phones, through the iPhones, all that shit. Yeah. Um, and this is how the artificial intelligence, or what y'all call Chat GPT, this is how they get their information. Okay. So, even with that being said, it's artificial. Yeah, it's smart as fuck because they go by the smartest people because they test people too in their own mental minds and abilities. And yeah, they do it in different ways. Okay. They start you off little in school. They do it in different ways, but they pick the smartest people, and that's whose information and intelligence they upload to Chat TPT. I don't even fucking know it because I don't even use it, actually. But it's 3 letters. Chat GPT. I've been hearing about it though. I don't use it. I don't use Meta, AI, none of that shit, because it's all artificial intelligence. And ain't that I got nothing against artificial intelligence. I just got something against the person who's creating it. Okay? Because to me they're a mimic, and they're mimicking God. They're trying to play God. Okay? And yeah, I don't got nothing against the clones or people that been cloned, because that's happening. We all know this shit, right? We see it. It's shown to us. It's revealed to us. We got people going to get their fucking clones. And I think I shared that video as well in the community section or on my Facebook. Y'all can follow me on all platforms. Okay, my name is The Empress Kimberly on Facebook. The Prodigy of the Universe. on TikTok. Okay, I just upload what I feel randomly on all the channels. Okay, I'm the same on every channel, authentically me. Okay, um, I just got a problem with people playing God. You know what I mean? And I don't play God with my gifts and abilities. I don't do that. I don't fuck with spell work. I don't do that. I don't fuck with dark magic. I don't do none of that. Okay? For the record. For the bitches in the back. Okay? Um, I'm scared of that shit, actually. I'm scared of that shit because I know it's a lot of shit that people fuck with and they don't got no business fucking with. I know that shit can get so deep that you can fuck with some shit you ain't got no business fucking with. So I don't fuck with it at all. Okay? So there's that. And yeah, so it's deep. It's really deep. It's so deep that you can't even believe everything that you see, let alone everything you hear, what you're being taught and what you learn. You know, we all out here on borrowed time. You know what I mean? And on borrowed information for real. But the real shit comes from within you. God created you with everything, even the knowledge and the power from your own mind. Okay, but they done fuck with people's minds. They didn't even did that. Okay, with different shit they putting in the air. Yeah, different vaccine shots, all that shit. They fuck with people's mind in school, teaching you all the wrong shit, teaching you shit that ain't gonna even help you prosper in life when they need to be teaching financial literacy, how to budget, how to build credit, how to do shit like that. They need to be teaching people that shit. That's why people so like me so far behind learning this shit later on in life and they shit already fucked up because they ain't starting you off early teaching you this shit. But in other countries they is. This just in certain nations. And one being the US of A where it's supposed to be free and ain't shit free. Not the water we drink. And in a minute, the air we breathe ain't about to be free. And that's a download. We about to have to pay for oxygen. Yeah, so that I feel like they got a 100-year plan. They're 100 year ahead of us, and of course, it's secret societies and Illuminati. Yeah, all that shit really exists. I ain't gonna even say their name, give them the power, but yeah, I don't want them fucking with me either. You know what I mean? Stay the fuck away from me. They probably want me to shut the fuck up, so I can't. They can't stay the fuck away from me. But anyway, that shit really do exist, and it's many of them. It ain't just one. It's many of them, and there's many small organizations, groups, and societies that link to one though. That link to one, because if you get too big, they coming for your ass anyway. Okay, if you know too much, they coming for your ass anyway. That's unavoidable, and that's because they fear losing their power. They fear losing the structure that they trying to create. Because they structure ain't God's structure. That ain't what God want. Okay? They creations ain't God's creations. They life they want us to have ain't what God want us to have. Okay? Because God want us everything to be free. Okay? We ain't have to pay for shit. If you think about it. But people, humanity, these people I'm talking about, in high places, they the ones make us pay for everything. They came up with this shit where they make money off everything we do. What we think, what we eat, every fucking thing. How we feel, all type of shit. It's deep. It's really deep, and it's all, and money really ain't even real. They don't give a fuck about the money. They about to do away with money. It's about to go digital, okay? They already been trying to do the shit. They gonna do the shit, okay? So they can control everything, even what's in your pockets. They can know everything that's in your pockets, and this way they cut out the shortcuts. They don't want you taking shortcuts. They don't want us out here hustling, even though they know we have to. They want us out here bowing down to them and under their umbrella, okay? The umbrella corporation. They don't want you branching off and becoming big because then they got competition. They don't want you to get big as them. That's all that is. So, really, it's about currency for them. We are the currency, okay? Not the money. We are. We run the world. We work for them. And that's the way they want to keep it. They're going to make for damn sure we is. Especially with these cuts that the orange man doing right now. All these cutting of the funds, cutting of the people, cutting, you know what I mean? That's why they doing all that. That's why. Because somewhere they feeling powerless, and it cuts them. So they scared. You feel me? Somewhere, that's what's going on. We didn't cut their ass. You know what I mean? A lot of people awaken. It's waking up right now, and they can't control it. In a minute, it's gonna be even laws against what we do. Speaking out, uh, spiritually speaking. Okay, it's gonna be laws against it in a minute. They're gonna try to ban it in some type of way. That's a download from yours truly. You ain't heard it nowhere else. Okay, because they're gonna have to, because it's gonna get too big for them. Just like homelessness right now getting too big for them. And guess what they're doing? You can't even be homeless. You don't even have the right to be homeless. And it's so crazy because some people, it's not enough room in the shelters for one. And not only that, some people is on drugs because they just don't give a fuck. They at a point of no return. They feel like ain't nobody there for them, can't nobody help them, so that's what they go to. I mean, people try to use different drugs to cope with life, so most of them can't even go to homeless shelters. And if they can't get into homeless shelters, or they ain't building organizations and places for these homeless people to go, where the fuck is y'all taking them? To these bunkers y'all done built? They done took them to these fucking bunkers that they done built. Prisons, basically. Prisons inside the prison. That's what the Matrix is, a fucking prison. It really is. And it's built and designed that way. Not by God, but by them. Because they feel like it's the takeover. That's what I'm hearing. It's the takeover. So they feel like they want to take over. They want to run some shit. They ain't no different from the devil. It's devil energy. Everything is energy. They working for him. Or it. So I'm going to end that with that right there. Give y'all something to think about. And stay tuned to the next Ugly Truth, because we're going to be bringing them. Peace and love.